What about Chimaev?
Oh man, great fight.
Were you?
I was
sitting on the cage as Burns was walking out. Brilliant.
That is
It's so iconic. Isn't it?
that was wicked. But yeah, I think everyone was a little bit surprised by Gilbert. Not really surprised. Like, you can't really not, because he's number 2 ranked welterweight in the world.
Yeah.
Like, he obviously going to put in a good performance.
Mate, I'll be honest. I underestimated him.
Yeah.
Like I said on the podcast last week and on the War Room and stuff. Like, I honestly expected Chimaev to be able to just boss him around. And it's not that, it's not that I don't think I've underestimated. I'm sorry, I don't think I've overestimated Chimaev. I think I underestimated Burns. I think we all look at him and go, well, he was a lightweight. And I think we've always got that caveat in our mind that he's not quite going to be able to compete with the top couple of guys because of that fact. But he can bang.
Yeah,
he can bang.
super tough.
Yeah.
And he didn't. I mean, he was short a bit. He didn't. I thought Chimaev looked. Obviously, he's a taller fighter, but he looked a bit skinnier.
He looked a bit narrow, didn't he?
Yeah,
I thought
did.
that.
Yeah.
But Burns is just so he's just so spread and wide, isn't he? He's like fucking thick, and he comes with these big, massive right hooks. I was surprised how well Chimaev took those shots as well. And Andres Michael was going mad in the corner. Did you hear him? Like, I don't even speak the same language and understand what he was saying, but I knew what he was saying because of what Chimaev was doing and what he knew he shouldn't be doing with Burns. He's don't brawl with him. Don't make it a street fight, because like Chimaev does have nice in and out movement and he is very good at managing that distance. But you step into range with Burns and especially if he's backed up against the fence, he's not going to stand there and cover up. He's going to throw back. So you need to kind of like get him to throw those punches before you commit.
Was he telling him to take him down then, basically?
Like, just stop brawling with him. Stop being reckless. Like, I don't really think he was concerned with how Chimaev approached the fight, whether he decided he wanted to strike or grapple with him. I just think he wants to not be so reckless with it, because they're the kind of fights where Burns wins. He's very good, but then his punching power is impressive. He was able to crack Chimaev with a few shots. Although, did you see the camera shot from behind Burns?
No, you said earlier. Yeah, I didn't see it.
It's so you can see him cracking with that right hand, and then right afterwards they come together and they clash heads, and that's the point where Chimaev goes down.
Right.
I'm not saying he wasn't hurt, but there was definitely a clash of heads there that led to that. But I mean, it was a hell of a fight.
Yeah.
It was a hell of a fight. And have you seen Chimaev's up in the rankings already? Was it number 3 now?
Number 3 already.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, there are a few fighters below him, a couple individuals particularly that should be calling for, hang on a minute, why has he jumped so far ahead of us? And at least one of us deserves a shot. Yeah. Like, I'd like to see Chimaev against Sean Brady now. Like, I know they're both kind of like undefeated prospects on the way up, but they're both top 10 in the UFC now. I'd like to see those two fight one another, and I think I have more faith in Brady having a better time with Chimaev than I did before the Burns fight.
Yeah. Well, it was in the interview post-fight conference, and people were commenting on like that Chimaev had shown like weaknesses, and but he was bound to have that fight at some point. Like, he's bound, you can't go all the way and not be tested.
No,
I mean you could, but that's very unrealistic.
Especially if you're willing to stand and trade with somebody.
Yeah,
like I would imagine that if Chimaev was less willing to scrap, there would be a much easier way for him to beat a lot of these fighters, but it wouldn't nearly be as interesting. I mean, the things like what he's done to his previous 3 opponents, the 2 guys, John Phillips and Rhys McKee, like taking them down and mauling them in such a one-sided performance it's exciting to watch, but you would imagine he can do that to the majority of people.
Yeah.
I wonder if he was deterred by the fact that Gilbert Burns, does have good jiu-jitsu, or whether he just wanted to brawl. I mean, he has been training with Darren Till, and Darren Till loves to trade. And they must have gravitated towards one another for some reason. And I can't imagine it's because Darren Till wants to learn how to wrestle like Chimaev.
Yeah,
it's because
sure.
Chimaev likes the attitude and the brashness of Darren Till, and he wants to learn his striking skills.
Yeah. Yeah, smart move. And Khamzat, even in his post-fight, he was aware of the mistakes he made. It wasn't like he was like I just rushed in. I wanted to brawl him.
Yeah. I'm still a big fan. But I was very, very impressed with Gilbert Burns.
Yeah.
Like you just can't count that guy out, can you? You can't.